Bite with Tammy family. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good because tonight we are ready to get down and dirty with our delicious keto-friendly dirty cabbage recipe. Let's get it. All right, first thing we want to do is we want to start off with our cabbage, all right? This cabbage is dirty, but nevertheless, we're going to clean it on up. But first, we need to go ahead and remove the core. Cut it down the middle. And when you get to the part with the core, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Go ahead and remove the core. I'm just going to go ahead and slice the cabbage. Slice it as thick or as thin as you want your cabbage to be. All right, once we're finished, we're gonna get it over to the colander and we're gonna wash our cabbage really thoroughly. We're gonna continue to let the cabbage sit in the colander, so therefore all of that excess water could drain off. But in the meanwhile, let's get our pan nice and hot. Gonna add just a small amount of oil, nothing too much. For this particular recipe, we're gonna be using andouille sausage. And I went ahead and cut up the whole length because we're gonna be making a good amount, all right? We're gonna be feeding at least 6 to 8 people. All right, we're gonna take our sausage, we're gonna put it into a nice bowl and allow it to set aside for a second. All right, let's get our ground beef into the pan. As you saw, I didn't have to add any more oil because I was using andouille sausages, and once they start to render, you have a significant amount of oil in the pan, to be honest with you. All of the brown bits that's being created at the bottom of the pan, no worries, because once we're done, we're gonna go with our broth. And we are gonna deglaze our pan, but for now, we're gonna allow the ground beef to pick up some of the flavors at the bottom. All right, that's only gonna increase the flavors. All right, let's go ahead, break it down just a little bit more and help to speed up the cooking process. All right, our sausage is perfectly cooked up. And as I mentioned earlier, didn't have to add any oil because the andouille sausage rendered, once it started to render, there was more than enough oil in the pan to cook the ground beef. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to be using, let's say, maybe a leaner type sausage, you want to go ahead and add some oil. When it comes down to the ground beef as well, if you are using a leaner cut of meat, whether that be chicken, turkey, or even ground beef, but the leaner cut of ground beef, add a small amount of oil to, help get things cooking. All right. Next thing we are going to add is going to be our onions. All right, the onions is going to give a great flavor. Let's add some green bell peppers. We're going to add some red bell peppers as well. Give it a nice of color. Let's stir things up. We're going to allow the bell peppers to cook down until they become slightly softened and translucent. All right. Get everything perfectly incorporated. Make sure you get those colors nice and vibrant and popping in the pan, because why? We eat with our eyes first before we taste anything. And if it looks like crap, you're not going to want to eat it. I thought we were going to have to go in there and deglaze the bottom of the pan with our chicken broth or beef broth, right? But we didn't have to. All of those flavors are locked into the beef, which is perfect. All right, let's nice and smells good. It smells delicious. Gonna go ahead and add some garlic. For this particular recipe, I'm adding garlic paste. However, if you want to add finely chopped garlic, you definitely can. Minced garlic, doesn't matter. Add salt, little brown black pepper. Let's combine. Allow the garlic a couple seconds to cook down. Let's get the garlic perfectly incorporated with the ground beef and the veggies. All right, fam, we are gonna go in with some tomato paste, of course. I like to rock out with the tomato paste in the tube because I used to buy the tomato paste in the can right before they came out with the tube. And I gotta be honest, it did not go good for me at all. The tomato paste in the tube, once you open it, you can't close it back. And like in a couple of days, the tomato paste would go bad each and every time. So I would feel gypped, even though I was only spending about 59 cents to 69 cents for the tomato paste. I was feeling the sense of like, yo, I'm getting ripped off because I only needed, like, let's say for instance, maybe a teaspoon of the tomato paste and the entire can goes bad. So when they decided to package it in the tube, I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta jump on it. So much so, I ended up buying like 6 tubes of tomato paste. And the good thing about it was they came in different flavors, like basil infused tomato paste and so on and so forth. So I went ahead and grabbed up all of them. And to be honest with you, it lasts so much longer. All right, as you can see, the tomato paste is giving the beef mixture a nice color. All right, that's always a good thing. The water is drying out of the pan. So now you're getting that sizzle from the oil that we initially added. So now it's actually frying our ground beef. Let's add some smoked paprika. This is going to enhance the color as well as give it a nice smoky flavor. Let's go ahead and add some garlic powder. The garlic powder is going to give you a different flavor profile, so don't worry. We're also going to add some onion powder. But you added onions already. Same thing applies. Different flavor profile. Let's add some Worcestershire sauce for a nice umami flavor. And let's add some beef broth. All right, let's tame that simmer. All right, we didn't add too much. We added just enough to give it ample flavor. All right. And let's go back in there and add our sausages so the flavors could be infused even more. All right, let's get that andouille flavor into the pan. Stir everything on up really good. Make sure everything is perfectly incorporated. I know your mouth is salivating because mine definitely is. This looks amazing. Wow. All right. All right, at this point in time, we are going to bring our cabbage back in. For this recipe, I went ahead and grabbed the largest pan that I could find. All right, nevertheless, the cabbage is gonna, once it starts to cook, it's gonna break down to less to nothing, if you will. But for the meanwhile, during the cooking process, we still need something to house the cabbage. Just gonna add everything. I'm gonna cover it down because, believe it or not, the cabbage is gonna break down regardless. As you saw, this is one full cabbage. Let's get it situated in a pan. All right, boom. We're gonna go on with our cover. We're gonna lower the flame to low medium and allow it to simmer for about 20 minutes or until the cabbage is soft to your liking. All right, let's see what's going on with our beautiful cabbage recipe. All right, perfect. I thought I was gonna have to remove the cover and allow the excess liquid to cook off. But as you can see, that is not the case here. Gonna go ahead and continue to incorporate the cabbage with the meat mixture. Woo, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the stovetop off because we are finished with our cooking process. You know what I am gonna do, however? I am gonna hit it and give it some personalized flavor with my seasoning, of course. This is my Cooking with Tammy all-purpose seasoning. Add a small sprinkle to pizzazz up that flavor just a bit. And we're gonna mix it on in once again. Ooh, this is good. This is really, really good. And I haven't even tasted it yet. I just know it's good because it smells amazing. Tell me what you think so far. We have that perfect vibrancy of color going on. We have the pops of red in our pan. Now here's the thing, if you want to bring it out even more, right, you want to give it a little bit more flavor, a little bit more heat, you can add some, let's say maybe red chilies. Just grate a little bit of red chili, incorporate it really good. Add some red chili flakes if you'd like, just to give it that nice spicy element of flavor. Now here's the thing, I went ahead and gave it a personal touch with my all-purpose seasoning. However, if you want to add, let's say maybe Cajun or Creole seasoning, you definitely can. All right, let's go ahead for this taste test. This is hot. Wow, this is delicious, y'all. Absolutely delicious, my loves. I see why this recipe went viral. Nevertheless, we did customize it to our liking, of course. And by the way, if you're interested in buying the Cooking with Tammy seasoning, I'll leave the link in the description bar where you could, visit cookingwithtammy.shop and grab up your seasonings if you want to. But this meal right here, 23 minutes, quick and easy, not to mention it's keto friendly, right? One pot meal. You can make it on the weekend, the weeknight, or just because. And guess what? You don't even need pasta because the cabbage is going to be the substitute for the pasta. But like I said, this meal is absolutely delicious. I see why it went viral. Looking for the recipe? Look no further. Scroll down to the bottom, click on more. The recipe will be in the description bar. And that's about it, my loves. Until next time.